Okay, first of all, I want to say that it is impossible to pirate virtual goods because they have a zero marginal cost of production. Piracy involves making something less available for someone else, okay? That's one of the core tenets. Piracy, like jaywalking and carbon footprint, are terms invented by corporations to control and influence consumer behavior, okay? You cannot pirate a game. You can only copy a game. Okay, I'm not going to go into depth with this argument here. Long story short, just because a corporation says something doesn't mean it comes from God. Okay, it doesn't mean it's one of the 10 fucking commandments or whatever. Okay, or whatever religious reference you want to use, I guess. Well, we're an inclusive channel. Okay, we shit on everybody here. I'll link some fantastic videos I made in the description if you're interested regarding these arguments. But in this video, I want to talk about something else. Okay, you see, humans are actually pretty good. That's right, people, humans are not full of shit, contrary to what you might believe after watching this channel and listening to my voice. If you provide a human with value, they will want to reciprocate and pay for it. Okay, reciprocation is actually a phenomenon mentioned in the book called Influence. So yes, it is a very core tenet of humans. Only about 4% of humans have some kind of psychopathy. This includes all of psychopathy from mild to extreme. I'm not trying to say 4% of humans are serial killers, but you get the point. Despite all this, game companies seem to treat gamers, their customer base, as little fucking thieves, which is really weird. Game companies spend more time making sure people are not stealing or stealing, quote unquote, or pirating their game instead of actually making a good game people want to buy. I'll play a clip of Gabe Newell, who is the CEO or something of Valve. He said it best.
Have issues with piracy
is that there's misconceptions in the industry about what piracy is, right? You know, there's assumption that what is piracy? Piracy is about people want to steal stuff from you. When you look at the fact that these people have, $2,000 PCs and, they're spending $50 a month US more on their internet connections, clearly they're willing to spend money. So from our point of view, what we saw more and more is that piracy is a result of bad service.
You see, the problem with most game companies and streaming services today is that they take money and they provide you a shittier service than a quote-unquote pirate, okay? I'll take the example of Dying Light 2 here. I'm not a gamer anymore, but I'll get a little bit nerdy here, okay? That game had so much fucking DRM in it when it came out that you could not play the game without internet, meaning you could not launch Dying Light 2 without internet, even though it was a fully single-player game. You could only restart the game 5 times per day. Because after 5 times, the server verification thing could not do it anymore and needed some kind of reset. Okay? Combine this with the fact that the game frequently crashes and you have a recipe for disaster. Okay? And it had horrible frame drops and low frames no matter how good your PC was. You see, games these days spend at least 10% of your computer power and internet speed to communicate back to their server to verify your game copy. This means that when you run a game, a reasonable part of your graphics card and processing power are spent spying on you instead of actually running the game. This basically means that game performance has basically stayed the same for the past 20 fucking years, okay? And this also means if the server shuts down or is overloaded, you will not be able to play your game. That's right, if the server has too many requests, you will not be able to launch your game. You don't even own your game anymore. You're just paying to have your computer fucking tattletale on you, okay? You're paying to have your own computer tell the teacher on you, for fuck's sake. And it is clear from examples like this game that companies are more concerned with getting your money than actually giving you a good experience. And the weird part is that in this industry, giving people a good experience is actually the best way to get them to pay. Because as Gabe Newell has also expressed, anti-tamper software by definition makes the service worse.
People are happy to pay money if they're getting what they perceive as a great product delivered on their terms. This is an example where a lot of the copy protection schemes go in exactly the wrong direction. They're actually negative service, right?
Because truth be told, most gamers have $1,000 PCs and pay $50 a month for internet. These people can easily afford a $100 game, even, which I think is fucking ridiculous, but whatever. But you see, when you buy a game and the experience is still shit, you will literally think, this is bullshit. I'm gonna quote-unquote pirate the game because I'm paying money and the experience is still worse. Why don't I just get a free version? It's free and the service is actually better. The performance is better than the original game, and I can use it without the fucking internet. Right? And here is another really fucking frustrating thing. When you pay, you expect some kind of kindness. You know what I mean? You expect service, right, from the people. The support developers give is also fucking pathetic. By developers, I guess I mean game companies, because truth be told, game developers work incredibly fucking hard. In fact, their passion is almost exploited a lot of the times. So, sorry, I don't mean to shit on developers. And again, to think these quote-unquote pirates actually are more likely to answer your forum posts with helpful information out of their own free time is utterly insane. All right? Think about it. These pirates spend time to give you a free product. And then after they give you a free product, they make the product run better than the original product. And then after that, they take time answering your fucking questions about it. This is utter insanity. This completely contradicts everything if you think about it, right? Same thing with the Linux community. They will answer your questions with better detail than a fucking Microsoft representative. And to prove this, I guess I'll give a Louis Rossmann example. Go up to Microsoft and ask them to send you an old copy of Word, telling them that, oh, it runs better, or whatever reason, which might actually be justified. Older copies of Word could run better. Tell them you have the license and you paid for it. You know what Microsoft is going to tell you? Microsoft is going to give you the middle finger. They're going to say, oh, sorry, we don't sell that version of Word anymore. Fuck your license. Buy this new version of Word, which is subscription model only. Companies have done this so many times, and I think Louis Rossmann has a playlist where he goes over these examples. I'll put a screenshot right here, right? Now, obviously, in this example, what you should do is you should make fun of the word cuck for wanting Word. Gotta use LaTeX, my N-words, but whatever, right? This is why we need to start giving software companies the middle finger, because honestly, fuck these people, okay? First of all, they use public knowledge to make something, okay? All programming languages are open source. And then they start to treat their customers with zero respect, okay? We need to completely withdraw from this, guys. These people need to understand that they need to provide a better service than fucking quote-unquote pirates to charge shit like $120 fucking dollars for games. Mortal Kombat 1 goes at $120 fucking dollars. Think about how insane that is. Okay, we live in an economy where I think half the Americans cannot afford a $400 expense or whatever the fuck. And then, okay, I'll use another example. The new Saints Row game. The story in this game is so fucking retarded. I didn't think it's possible to write a story that bad. That's right, game companies manipulate famous reviewers. They prevent reviewers from talking about certain things in the game in exchange for having early access to the game. This is called an embargo. Reviewers have incentives to be dishonest, to get exclusive content and more views. And then game companies have incentives to collude with them. You see, this whole system is completely rigged and fucked. This is why the game industry and the software industry is in such a fucking decline, because it is full of shit. And this is also part of the reason I stopped playing games. I mean, sure, there are other things going on in life. Gaming is really addictive, guys. Be extremely careful with that. But whatever, right? There is no more risk-taking or creativity in any art. Look at like Disney and all these movies. They're just repeated, same hashed bullshit again and again and again. They don't want to take risks. Why do they need to take risks? They're monopolies. Why do they need to care about giving you a good service when they can just spy on you anyway and make more money from collecting your data, right? Why give a good experience? And naturally, the service these people provide these days are absolute garbage, okay? This is why the indie games, quote unquote, are beating a lot of the AAA games nowadays. Because one, indie games just have a smaller budget. It's just a smaller project. More risk taking is done. And the game is also cheaper, I guess. There's less money to spend on bullshit like Denuvo, so they run better as well. And on another note, final note, I'm going to end the video. Stop playing video games and live your fucking life, people. Thank you for watching. Have a nice life. Have a nice day. Bye.